Welcome to episode 4 of Her Game, Her Voice, a podcast about women in sports. I'm Sophie Brogadier.
And I'm Isla Wilson.
And let's kick off this episode.
Get into it.
Last
I'm so
week,
excited.
we had April break.
We did.
Took a week off because of that. We have a lot more coming. We're really in the home stretch of our school year. I mean, you're a senior.
3 weeks left of school today, actually. So it's crazy.
That's wild.
I can't believe it.
We're both crazy busy these next few weeks. AP tests, finals, whatever else coming up. But don't worry.
You'll get your episode.
The episodes will still be coming. A lot of personal experiences for us.
Yes.
I mean, we love going back and forth with the stories, but back on track. We're talking about women's professional baseball, and it's a brand new league.
Yeah.
4
really
cities
exciting.
are represented in the teams: New York, Boston, LA, and San Francisco. However, they're not playing in the cities yet.
No, they're going to be playing at Robin Roberts Stadium in Springfield, Illinois.
And so that's just so hard to build a fan base.
100%. I mean, you can't get the cities into the new sport.
No, you'd have to travel to Illinois for the games, and none of the teams are in Illinois. There's no Chicago team.
Really, yeah, not really close.
And so I feel like as much as I love the idea of women's baseball and it being something new and exciting, I'm not sure how feasible it will be with actual fans.
So I think the good thing with the PWHL is their team started in the cities. So like when the teams were coming up and they were branding, they were already getting fans in those cities behind the teams, whereas here you're kind of starting off from scratch.
And like really any sport, WNBA, NWSL, they're all in the cities. And they can build their fan base that way.
And especially with Boston and New York are two big sports like cities. So
yeah. And I definitely understand having a trial season, seeing how it goes, but it's going to be so hard to gauge the fan engagement, really, if you're not playing for fans of the city.
Exactly. And kind of going off of that, the league will feature 150 players, but we have to talk about Kelsey Whitmore, who was named as the top draft pick for the new Women's Baseball League.
I mean, Kelsey Whitmore already has experience playing baseball.
She's crazy.
Which is
so
very
crazy.
impressive. There is, which we didn't mention, there is a U.S. national women's baseball team.
Which before doing research, I actually had no idea about that, so that's really cool.
I didn't either. I knew who Kelsey Whitmore was really only through the Savannah Bananas, which is impressive in its own right that she plays for them. But yeah, I had no idea that women's baseball was such a thing until we really researched for this episode.
No, and Whitmore's played with the U.S. women's national baseball team since 2014. I mean, it's been there for over 12 years. That's insane.
Yeah, that's so impressive. And speaking of impressive women who are playing baseball,
we have to talk.
The first woman ever to play in a D1 baseball game. And this is for a men's team,
Men's team, Brown University. So D1 level.
Olivia Pichardo, she pitched in the game. She got the last out for her team. And that's just groundbreaking. It's
groundbreaking. It's insane.
Not only playing for the men's team and being good enough to pitch for a men's team.
Because she had previously played for them she had started with them in 2023. But this is her first time she's actually pitched.
And that's just impressive that she not only made the team, has the ability to pitch for them, but now got in the game and is just making history that way. Yeah. Apologies for my allergies. The spring season's really kicking in.
And she also retired the only batter in the game in their 16-4 win. I mean, that says something about her.
Yeah. I mean, we watched the play right before this episode. It was line drive hit, easy play for the short stop to scoop it up, throw it over to first. And I mean, not a strikeout for her, but that doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. She got the
easy out, got the win. I mean, so impressive. And we're from Boston, as all of you know. We live in Norwood, and we go to Norwood High School if you're new here. But last Monday, I unfortunately wasn't able to spectate because I was in Chicago. But every year,
I was in Florida.
It's an amazing tradition just to be able to go watch
it is.
Go watch the Boston Marathon. And, I mean, any runner in that race is just spectacular. It's so much dedication and effort. 26.2 miles is...
It's absolutely insane. Yeah. I can't even fathom running, I mean, I can, but, running, 3 or 4, I am, proud of myself for doing that. So, for someone to be oh, I'm going to go run 26.2 miles, that's, insane.
Exactly. And the winner for the woman this year, back-to-back winner, actually.
Back.
Sharon Lokedi. She's a Kenyan runner, and she didn't break the record that she set last year, but she had a very strong time, 2 hours, 18 minutes, and 51 seconds. And another crazy fact that we discovered is or not discovered, we learned,
is
that the whole podium, all three, like the top three in the women's race were Kenyan.
All from Kenya, yeah.
I mean,
that's cool.
It's been known that Kenyan runners are amazing, but top three is just such a
that's so cool.
Such a spectacular thing.
And American women had a really strong showing at the Boston Marathon. I mean, we had 4 women place in the top 10. That's pretty cool. And then kind of going off of that, we have to talk about Jess McLean. American long and mid-distance runner from Scottsdale, Arizona, Stanford alum, and 7-time NCAA D1 All-American for cross-country and track and field.
7 times. That
7
means
times.
If you are healthy for all your 4 years of college, you're going to have, if you do indoor as well, counting that, 12 seasons.
12 seasons.
That is over half the possible seasons that she ran. She was an All-American.
Yeah, she's an All-American.
That's like crazy. I can barely wrap my head around that.
And she also turned pro with Brooks in, I think, 2014 that I was reading. So, pretty cool.
She was the top American, and she's 34 now. Like,
she's 34.
That's not college age. She's just the longevity of how much she's been able to run. And running marathons, again, takes such a toll on your body.
And she ran in 2:20:49. That is fast.
That's only 4 minutes behind.
Yeah, and it was a PR for
the winner.
For nearly 2 minutes.
And 4 minutes in running can be quite a while, but in a marathon, that's not that much.
But also being able to PR by nearly 2 minutes at the Boston Marathon, like, that's crazy.
Once you're going up Heartbreak Hill, it's like, what are we doing?
Exactly. No, she just kept going. But I also want to mention that apart from her running career, she also has a full-time job as an executive director of the Love Pup Foundation. And I think it's just something that we should touch on because so many professional women athletes have jobs outside of their sport.
Yeah, for sure. And we've been talking so much about the accomplishments of women and like highlighting all the amazing things, which is what we should be doing. But then I feel like we push to the side the fact that, again, women aren't able or just aren't making as much in sports.
They're not making millions of dollars. They don't get to sit at home.
The fact that she is a professional woman, professional runner, is in the elite running heats and is still having a full-time job.
And somehow finding time to train to run the Boston Marathon.
Oh, for sure.
Like, how?
Just balancing so many things, but
hey, women can multitask.
We know that's true. But yeah, the fact that she just needs to have that job outside of being a professional runner, collegiate D1 runner. My words are really getting jumbled today.
Okay. It's been a weird Tuesday. It's okay.
It's been a long week. It's already Tuesday.
I don't even know what day it is, honestly. This is kind of bad. I thought it was Wednesday earlier, and then I'm like, oh, no.
Back on track. It's okay. But yeah, just the fact that she is so many things and yet still is working.
Yes, which I think is cool, but also is one of the things about women's professional sports that is kind of behind.
For sure, that they don't have the means to just be an athlete.
Yes.
And we love talking about the legacy.
We love the legacy. We'll be there on Sunday.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
It'll work out. We've got
this.
We'll be on those press credentials. We will be there. Don't you worry.
But yes, the NWSL is expanding. They're going to have 18 teams. And
this one's going to be in Columbus.
Yeah, it's 2 years before they debut.
2 years.
But a Columbus team is going to happen. So it just shows, again, women's sports are growing, women's sports are evolving.
And they're also going to have a team in Atlanta as well. So 2 new teams coming, which I think is pretty cool. But yeah, stay tuned. So we'll probably have a segment if we go to the game on Sunday. We'll get those press credentials. Really praying. We had a lot of fun last time, even though we weren't able to get them. So we'll make the best out of it. But we're excited.
But yeah, we've never really had a true media experience because, again, we're still in high school and we don't normally get those experiences. So it'll be very ambitious of us, Hey,
but look at us now, I mean.
As we've said so many times, all you have to do is ask.
Yeah. It can't hurt.
The worst answer you're going to get is no. So it helps to ask. And so another new women's sport, speaking of expansion, is women's professional rugby.
Yes.
And women's rugby is not brand new. Not trying to say that. It has been around. There used to be the Women's Premier League, which was rugby, and it was basically just like club teams who played in the United States. They started in 2009, as you just said. And then in 2022, they started their Ignite the Change campaign that worked to professionalize the Women's Rugby Union. And so that created Women's Elite Rugby, the WER.
Which started in 2025.
Correct. Last season was the first season. There are 6 teams.
6 teams.
There are the Bay Breakers, Boston Banshees, Chicago Tempest, Denver Onyx, New York Exiles, and the Twin Cities Gemini. And so they're based in their locations, and they were the teams in the old league.
Yes, they were the previous teams, but they're now just playing at the professional level.
Correct. So it's just changed
Yes.
from club to now professional.
Yes.
And all of their games are live streamed worldwide.
Yeah, which I think is really, really cool because they're also worldwide, but they're free, which means that so many people are able to access and you don't have to be paying for like another subscription. You're just able to watch, which I think hopefully will bring a lot of fans because it's easy access.
Yeah, it definitely expands their fan base. And rugby is a worldwide sport.
It is.
It's especially not necessarily that popular in the U.S. I mean, public schools, at least around where we are, don't have rugby teams. Some of the private schools do.
Private schools do, but
it's mostly
no high school.
It's
team.
all boys.
No public high school team really does.
And I've seen girls play rugby just like for fun in colleges, and I've always been like, that would be a cool sport.
Club teams or intramural,
and I feel like I'd want to try it, but I've never really thought about it as a women's sport or as a professional sport. And they do have it in the Olympics and
yes, they do
on world stage, but
I just feel like it's not something that's really popular, especially in the United States.
No, and I'm sure, of course, there's men's teams. There are the New England Free Jacks, and they're amazing. I haven't been to a game yet, but I would like to go.
I should go. But my dad's Scottish, so I feel like I probably should take him to one.
Definitely true. But it's cool that now in the U.S., where rugby isn't even as popular, there's a women's league for it.
I think that's just really cool. And it kind of just shows that women's sports is hitting its stride.
Yes, for sure. There's room for it to expand. There's room for new sports that might not be as popular to
and maybe
really find their place.
Maybe women's rugby will become more popular because they don't kind of have the men's that's already established kind of competing. Because like you said, the men's rugby league isn't that popular, once again, in the United States. So the women are kind of coming in at a time where they're kind of equal right now. So I think that's hopefully going to be helpful.
For sure. And we're going to talk about one of our other favorite leagues again.
Leagues.
We really love our NWSL and our PWHL.
Mine does.
But PWHL playoffs
start on April 30th.
That's in 2 days.
2 days. I am so excited. I'm so excited.
And so I actually recently learned how the playoffs work.
Yes, much different than
anything. So
than the NHL playoffs, if you're familiar with hockey.
They're
very different.
8 teams in the PWHL, for those who don't know.
Yes.
4 of the 8 make the playoffs. They're playing for the Walter Cup. It's in a semifinal format because, again, 4 teams.
4 teams.
So there are 2 separate series, best of 5.
Montreal and Minnesota, and Boston and Ottawa.
Yes. And so the way it works, instead of just going off of the rankings, what happens is the team with the best record, and this year it was the Victoire.
It was the Victoire, yes. In the last game, they actually secured first place.
They get to choose between the 3rd and the 4th ranked team for who their opponent will be.
And so 3rd was Minnesota, and number 4 was Ottawa.
And Minnesota actually won the Walter Cup back-to-back these past 2 years. And yet they're the number 4 seed this year, and Montreal chose them.
Which is interesting.
I find it very interesting. And I truthfully haven't followed Minnesota all that much. I've really only been keeping up with the Fleet and the Victoire and more because they're the 2 best teams in the league. But, yeah, choosing the back-to-back champion. Again, they didn't have the greatest season this year. They are, but still, top 4
definitely
in
a
the
team
league.
to watch out for, 100%.
I mean, all the top 4 teams are incredible.
And if we're going to talk about how the playoff standings are, we should probably talk about how you get to the playoffs. And so for PWHL teams to earn points, regulation win earns a team 3 points towards league standings, an overtime or a shootout win earns 2 points, and then overtime or shootout loss earns 1 point. And then obviously regulation losses earn 0 points.
See, I find it so interesting that you can win the game in overtime and get fewer points than a regulation win.
Yeah.
And again, lose the game in overtime.
And you get a point.
And still get a point. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, that's really, if you aren't the best team, that's incentivizing a tie and going to overtime.
Oh, 100%. You want, especially against a good team, you want to be able to get overtime.
But then if you're a good team, you don't want that overtime because you want 3 points.
You want 3 points, 100%.
So I find that interesting. I don't know if I love it.
I do have to say I love overtime.
I love overtime. I just don't know if I love...
Especially the NHL playoffs. I know we're talking about women, but it's NHL playoffs right now, and so overtime is
always amazing to
really
watch.
had me stressing over the past couple of weeks. But I know our Bruins are going to pull through, so hopefully. Yeah, but no, I do find it interesting that you can still lose and get a point, but...
I don't even mind that. I just find it interesting that a win is worth different points. Like, why would both wins not be worth 3 and then you still get 1 for an overtime loss? I don't know.
That's a great question.
I just want to know the thought behind that differentiation. But another amazing bit of news about the PWHL before we wrap this episode up is that the league in total surpassed over 1 million single season attendees this year.
Yeah.
And we've talked about it a lot. They played at TD Garden, at Madison Square Garden, and just
everywhere.
Had so much more visibility.
100%. They were selling out college arenas. And they sold out TD Garden and Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, and that's
incredible.
As we're going to keep harping on over and over in this podcast, women's sports is growing, women's sports is changing, growing. And we're here for it.
We love it.
Well, stay tuned for future episodes. Stay tuned for the Legacy game we are going to this weekend.
That'll be on Sunday, and we're really excited.
And we have a special, different episode coming up.
Yes.
Stay tuned for that as well.
That'll be next week.
Yes, it will be.
Yeah. So stay tuned.
We're excited.